Hey guys, welcome back to the 1997. My name is AJ, and I'm usually here with my co host Chris, but she couldn't be here this week. And we kind of figured that me doing this by myself is better than not producing content at all. And we were both really excited about the Halloween episode. So to like skip it entirely kind of felt wrong. And here I am. And I've never really talked by myself in a room before with just a mic. So this is going to be like a fun learning curve. I have faith in our bond together. And it's speaking about bonds, it's a bonding experience, me and you, and it's just the two of us alone in this room. I can set the mood. You know what? I'll light a candle. You play some music, like very lowly, something really, it's spooky month. So something a little spooky. That's my phone. I never turn it off. Usually she yells at me to turn my phone off. So we'll turn it off now. Very quickly, I just wanted to give a huge, ginormous, gigantic, extravagant happy birthday to Katie. You're another year older. I hope you have an amazing day. I know Christina is completely bummed she didn't get to say that to you, but on behalf of me and her, truly this episode goes out to you. I hope you have the most fantastic day of your life. And once again, happy birthday, Katie. So I want to start with the goat. I know we talk a lot of shit about that bar on Staten Island, but honestly, a lot of shit goes down there. And for what it's worth, the people are nice, but the place is kind of sketch. It is really fucking sus that every bad thing happens there. Um, so last year, me and Christina and a friend of ours went to the goat, kind of like a pre-Halloween party, I guess you could say, like the week before, and everyone was throwing parties then. The whole night, right? It was crazy. Everyone's really drunk, everyone's in costumes. Speaking about costumes, Kay, your girl doesn't do them, right? I think my best attempt at a costume hasn't been in years. Usually it's just lingerie and like cat ears, and I call it a day. That's what I did last year and the year before that, and it's worked incredibly well for me, and I might continue to do so just because I love Halloween for that specific reason. Like that's usually what I wear on a normal everyday basis, but people can't judge me for it on Halloween. Despite saying that, I am putting in more effort on my costume this year. I decided that I'm doing the world a disservice by not showing you my fuck me, I can't even say it. My porn star Velma look. And yes, you heard it right. I said porn star Velma. However, when you're in New York, you understand the struggle. The weather here is just out of this world. It's either freezing cold one day or just blistering hot the next. And Halloween usually is one of the coldest days of the year. And you know what? Just 1 year, right? One fucking year. I would like to just be porn star Velma. I do not want to be porn star Velma with a jacket on. Okay. It's not what I want. If I wanted to cover up, I'd wear less revealing clothing. No, Halloween is the one day a year I wear practically fucking nothing and can get away scot-free with it. Why the fuck would I want to wear a jacket with it? Do you know how many nights I've frozen? I am dedicated to the drip, okay? This year will be absolutely no difference. Listen to me. Listen to the tone in my voice. Listen to the seriousness in my voice. I have been begging my friends to do the mystery gang with me for years now, okay? For fucking years. And I've just got them to agree. So if Corona and the fucking weather thinks I'm gonna be slutty Velma with a fucking jacket, I don't think so. We will be out. We will be about. I have a matching mask. I think it's super fucking cute. I'm going to be thriving. And let me know what you guys are going to be down in the comments. What are you dressing up as? Are you going out amidst Corona, or are you staying in and just kind of having, I know some people are doing Zoom parties, except I'm not 30, so I will not be partaking in any fucking Zoom activities during Halloween. I'll be out chancing my life because it's the one night I'm allowing myself to do so. So as you guessed it, I'm going as Velma. Obviously, I pretty much exposed myself there. And Christina is going as Daphne. We are in the process of taking that outfit and making it, haha, sluttier. Because that is the kind of energy that you guys deserve on Halloween night from us. If you think I'm gonna let my friend sit in and be fucking boring and dressed with a skirt that goes past her knees, Bitch, you haven't met me. So it's important that I bring up costumes first because I wanted to talk about the costumes from last year. As you know, like I said, I wear lingerie, throw on cat ears, and call it a day. My friends, however, he is like a bundle of just joy wrapped in, I don't fucking know, just like excitement era. And he thought it'd be a great idea to kind of pop on a wig and, do his makeup. He, when I say looked better probably than fucking me that night, I'm not kidding. Like, you could not tell for the life of you that he was a guy. Oh boy, did he pass. And while we were there, these guys kept coming up to us and like hitting on us. And obviously, my friend, being a guy, didn't want to talk because talking would give away the illusion. So him, and Christina were just having a great time. I'm like talking on behalf of my friend, and at one point, I think I even told them that like he was deaf. So like he couldn't speak because he like couldn't hear them. And like, we were pretending to like sign to one another. Boy, when I fucking tell you the bullshit fucking excuses I had to keep coming up with, I was petrified. Imagine if someone was like, oh, I also sign. I would have been fucking dead. Like, my 3 weeks of ASL at CSI was not gonna fucking help me in this predicament. Like, I would have been fucked. But thankfully, everyone was really drunk and only knew English. So we were in the clear. Speaking about that night, I am almost 1,000% positive that was the same night Christina met Roadhead guy. We all fucking love to talk about him. His brother and his friend just wouldn't take no for an answer. And then this is how she actually met that guy. She went out to smoke a cigarette. So we kind of like shooed those boys off with her. I know, we're such great friends. And I guess like this is what they do. This plan, right? The three of them was to just have two of them be just assholes, just like the most disgusting breed of boys you've ever met in your entire life. And then one will go in and like save the day. Cause that's what happened. We kind of just saw her get like swarmed outside by those the two guys, I should say, that was bothering us. And then a new kind of guy. So we had went out to like go help her. Cause like we didn't sign up for like that many people surrounding her. You know what I mean? Being good friends, you see your friend in need, you go after. She's like, no, I'm good. And she's with Roadhead guy. And we're like, are you, like, bitch, are you sure? She's like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, like he basically told him to fuck off and wham, like knight in shining armor. Girls, don't fall for it, okay? I'm fucking exposing the tricks this year. If, a group of friends come and just one or two of them is just absolutely obnoxious and their other friend seems like a knight in shining armor, the likelihood that this was like a planned fucking situation is higher than absolutely ever. Don't fall for it. Just walk away. There'll be other guys at the bar, other guys standing against the wall, just staring. You don't need them. Don't worry about it. So as we're leaving, right, a couple of hours pass. We have fun. We decide to go. Another guy approaches us. He comes up to us, right? This guy. And he's so obsessed, right, with the way my friend looks. Being, again, I cannot stress this enough, being that he's a guy, he doesn't want to speak because he doesn't want to kill the illusion. And I wasn't going to give him up because that's not my fucking business. I'm a friend first and then a hero to society later. It is not my fucking job to tell you that this person is a male. If he wants to be female for the night, then bitch, she is my sister through and through. I don't know shit about fuck. So as we're leaving to go, like I said, he approaches us, whatever, and we're trying to like brush him off, but he keeps following us. And so he comes up to us and he's fixated on my friend, right? Fuck me and Chris. He is fixated. Like, he has seen the heavens above, and my friend is just like this glory fucking angel with the light shining behind him and all. You know what? For the sake of not calling him like my friend repeatedly, let's give him a name, right? Let's call him Harry. We'll call him Harry because I'm looking at a Harry Potter sign right now. He's starstruck by Harry. And we're going down the hill, right? Because if you're at the go, you guys know, right? Most of you are from Staten Island who are listening. You go down like towards Buell or whatever. So we're by like the parking lot in the back of the building. And he's like, I honestly, like, he's looking at Harry. He's like, I can't let you leave. He's really drunk also, by the way. He's like, I can't let you leave without like saying something or like getting your name or your number. You're just everything I want in a woman. You're so fucking beautiful. And like I said, like, my man's looks good. You know what I mean? So, he did. He looked really good, and, I'll give a compliment when a compliment is due. So my friend Harry at this point then decides, like, how far can I push this guy? So Harry's gay, if you haven't really, if you haven't put two and two together yet. So Harry basically decides, like, now is time to kill the illusion. Like, I'm gonna tell him. So he starts talking in his normal voice, or he tries to speak. I think it started as like a higher octave, and as the more the conversation went on, like the lower his octaves got. And the guy was just like, did not fucking care. Either he was so belligerent, fucking drunk out of his mind, he just couldn't realize, or he just didn't fucking care. In either way, kudos to him. Harry ended up giving him a hand job in the back of the goat. So it was very uncomfortable. We were all standing there 1 second, and like, swear to God, within like the next 15 fucking seconds, this like stranger's dick was out, and like Harry was giving him a hand job. And me and Christina, like, we was like, oh, so this is happening. We're like, we're gonna leave now. Like, we're gonna go down the handrail. You catch up when you're fine and ready. So we left him. We left him there, and this guy was still super fucking convinced that our friend Harry was a girl, and he was like, all right, let me like finger you. And he was like, dude, like, I'm a guy, like, I don't have a vagina, I don't have a pussy or whatever. And he was like, no, you do. And we're like, oh no, we gotta jet now. Like, there's absolutely no way we're staying here. We fell. Okay, we tried running because it was a very high pressured, intense situation. Running in heels will always result in injury. So, my ladies, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the knee scrapes, okay? Especially if you have to be on your knees later that night. It just, to go down on your knees with bruises there, it hurts, okay? Don't do it to yourselves. A week later, however, we ended up going to Webster Hall to further continue our Halloween, I don't know, how would you say, like, our Halloween extravaganza or whatever. The night it went from like 0 to 100 in a matter of fucking seconds. So we had decided we were going to pregame before going there, as you should always pregame before going anywhere, because who the fuck wants to pay $22 for a vodka cranberry? Not me, ladies. Shouldn't be you either. We got there, and I decided, again, I was wearing the same, lingerie with the cat ears, but this time I had like these razor thin high heeled, like knee-high boots. And I thought it'd be a good idea to spend literally all night dancing on them. And I think by like the first 30 minutes, because we had to travel from Staten Island into the city. So we had to go from like the trains to the ferry, from the ferry to more trains, and then walk to Webster Hall. Because like, obviously no one was going to drive. And I don't know what part of me thought that was a good idea. Two things, right? Don't run in heels, and then don't go dancing in heels. Why do ladies do it? Hurts, okay? I don't care how long you've been wearing heels for. Why the fuck would we put ourselves through that? I'm not kidding you. Within the first 30 fucking minutes, I was so ready to break my own heels that I did, right? My heel messed up a little bit, and I was so fucking over them that like I went to the bathroom, and me, a friend, and like these like squad of like drunken girls helped like snap my heel in half and rip it the fuck off. The lady who like cleans the bathrooms was just staring at us like we were like fucking insane. And obviously, if you see us, you see a bunch of girls like trying to rip a fucking heel off of a boot, like you would think something's fucking going on there. My feet didn't hurt anymore after that, so that was fucking great. We all decided that we were gonna go on the dance floor and dance away, and I danced. I soullessly, and in more ways than just my soul being empty. Like my shoes, like the soles of my shoes were missing, obviously, because we ripped them fucking off. The amount of stuff I stepped in that night, holy fucking shit. By the time my ex came to pick us up, I looked like a completely different person. He was like, bro, are you fucking good? I was not. One, I was livid, okay? I broke my own shoes, and then I was drunk when I made the decision, right? And then by the time we left, I was like mostly sober. So I was like, fuck, now I have broken fucking shoes. And I really loved these heels. Will I ever buy them again? Fuck no, I'm not stupid. But I was just very, very upset. Um I'm just thinking back, like I'm envisioning in my head what I looked like leaving Webster Hall. Like it was so bad. One heel was completely gone, so it was like flat foot, and the other one we couldn't get like the top bit off, so it kind of looked like I had a heel. Oh my god, leaving Webster Hall, I was a absolute hot fucking mess. But then again, so was everybody else. It was a group of us. And one girl among us just among us, I'm obsessed with that game. I'm not gonna talk about it, but we're all obsessed and shit was fucking sus that night. She kept disappearing with different fucking guys every other like 10 minutes. We were like, where the fuck is this girl? And so we go to find this girl and she's in the middle of the dance floor dancing with this guy. And she just, her eyes are closed. She looks, she's really enjoying herself, but she's enjoying herself a little fucking too much, if you get my drift. Like, and then I realized he was fingering her on the dance floor and nobody fucking noticed. The bravery, the balls, the guts could never be me. I wish it could be me. Let me know down below. Comment. Let me know. Have you ever done this? And have you ever got away with it? It reminded me of that scene from like 50 Shades of Grey when they're in the elevator and he like starts like fingering her in the elevator. And I'm like, how did everyone not fucking realize that? Like that was the same energy they carried on the dance floor. And like, given it was dark, everyone was drunk, but like it was noticeable. Like once you looked at them, like all you had to do was look at them once, look down, you saw his hand literally up her skirt. I was like, oh, absolutely not. But you go, girl. Yes, queen. Do what makes you fucking happy. I'm here for it. I'm living for it. But like I said, let me know who the fuck gets away with this kind of stuff. Like they're definitely the main character. Because I'm gonna be honest. If I was to try that shit, I'd get fucking caught. One, I'm here for like being adventurous, but I'm too fucking nervous, right? I absolutely hate people looking at me. Like I don't fucking do it, especially if I'm like doing some kind of like act out in public. Just don't do it. It's a bad time. So I can't imagine if like I was in the middle of the dance floor and like this guy was just like, you know what we're gonna do? Like, it wouldn't work out for me. You know what I mean? It was an experience that night, I will say. I was maybe with my friends for like a whopping 20 fucking minutes and we were there for hours. I think we left at like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or something like that. And we got there really, really early. So it was a long night by myself and those the crowd of drunken girls I met in the bathroom that helped me rip my heels off. If you guys are out there, if you ever come across this podcast, thank you and let's grab drinks. Because you guys were very, very fun and very, very understanding. And I love girls supporting girls, even if it means helping them rip their heel off in the middle of Webster Hall in a bathroom while everyone's silently judging us. Moving on from that, right? Speaking about people silently judging us, we crashed, me, Christina, and a bunch of our friends at the time. It was just Halloween. We were under the age of 21, so we really couldn't do anything like that fun. And we were just kind of walking through neighborhoods, hanging out. And we saw that this like house was having a house party. And we took it upon ourselves to just, we were like, you know what? We're young, we're teenagers, we're reckless. We're going to crash this house party. And actually, I think this was 2015. It had to be 2015. So it definitely wasn't a year because we were still in high school then. Since you don't know, me and Chris were in this thing called Sing in high school. A lot of high schools did it. It was like a theater group and it broke down between like subject. You get the idea. It was whatever. So what you had, the teams were junior, fresh, and senior soft. And obviously being seniors, we were part of senior soft. So to get back on like the track line, now that you kind of have a better understanding of where the story is kind of heading, the house that we crashed just happened to fucking be junior fresh's like party. Like they decided that for their team, they were going to have a Halloween party. And we fucking dum-dums didn't realize. So when we had walked in, everyone was looking at us like, who the fuck are these people and why are they here? And thank God, one of the girls that we like was with us in that group, her cousin was there. So we literally just played it off as if we were invited the entire time. And the more and more we looked around, me and Christina are like, oh, they kind of look familiar. Like I've kind of seen them backstage before, you know, like because sometimes you see them in passing. So I was like, I don't know. I've kind of seen these people before. I don't know where I've seen them. And then I saw like the leads of the thing, and I was like, holy fucking shit. And then it hit me, like Christina, we were like, oh my, did we just crash like junior fresh's Halloween party? And oh my God, everyone there. Thank God nobody recognized us. That would have been really fucking awkward. Then again, we were really fucking silent. So I don't think anyone would have put two and two together. But since me and her are like super, super observant people, we're like, holy fucking shit. We have just infiltrated enemy territory and I'm fucking living for it. It was a fun night. Okay. I'm just gonna say it. They knew how to party. I don't understand right? here's a tip. Don't leave your front door unlocked when you have a bunch of strangers in your home and you're blasting music, because random people will walk in. Why? Because I will walk into your house. So lock your doors. That sounds so fucking creepy. But I feel like I shouldn't have to remind you guys to lock your doors. You should just, know to lock your doors. Yeah, it'll really put a dent in people trying to crash your parties when they physically cannot get through the door. So it was a fun night, honestly. The last kind of story I want to wrap up on, it kind of has to do with trusting men. This was definitely, I think, when I had to have been like 18 or 19. And me and Christina decided, I had this ex of mine and his friends were throwing like a Halloween party and he wanted us to go. And this is when I was still being toxic and still going back to my exes. We go to this party and everything's fine and dandy, but there's like so many drinks on the table. Everyone's underage drinking, obviously. Who knows who the fuck got all these? Like, fuck if I knew. So on the table, any kind of liquor you could imagine was there. Christina, being excited, started drinking away like crazy. Now, somebody approaches me and he's like, hey, I have this edible. And I was like, oh, okay. And at this point, I've never, like, I had an edible for Christina's birthday. But other than that, I've never tried it like a day in my life. So like, this was like my second time ever having one. And nobody warned me because obviously I didn't tell everybody like, hey, I've only ever had an edible once. So nobody thought to like ask. And when they gave me like the biggest fucking piece imaginable, I didn't think anything of it, right? Because I don't fucking know. And they didn't know that I was just like a little baby in the weed world. So I had this gigantic fucking brownie basically all to myself. And then on top of that, just started drinking like crazy. We were all having this great time. And at one, like, because edibles take a while to kick in. So by the time it kicked in, I was fucking zooted, bro. I'm not kidding you. I was so far gone. My ex had taken me out on the porch to like get fresh air because I was bugging. We went out, they had like this porch swing there. And, oh my God. So they had this porch swing and we get on and I didn't realize that it fucking moved. I thought I was so fucking high that I was literally levitating and just like kind of swaying back and forth. It got to the point where like I had to, I was like, bro, are we here? Are we still in this dimension? It was so bad. I can't even tell you. So we finally meet up with Christina because we've decided long enough is long enough and I'm too fucking gone. But we couldn't get home, right? Because everyone was drinking. My ex was drinking, whatever. So he couldn't drive us. So we ended up calling a few friends of Christina's to come get us. Really nice guys. I adore them. Like, holy shit. They came in the middle of the night to get these two fucking underage girls and drive them home, making sure. And the entire time I sat in the back, Christina's like has her head down. She's not feeling good. Obviously, like she's coming off like all the alcohol. So it's just not hitting her stomach right. I'm so fucking high. And they just take this as the opportunity to fuck with us. So I'm sitting in the back and her friend goes, yo, AJ. And I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm really thinking, I'm like, fuck, I'm so screwed. Like my mom doesn't know. My mom's going to freak out. My mom's going to kill us. Christina wasn't going home. She was sleeping over my house. I was like, my mom's going to tell her mom. It's going to be a huge fucking thing. Oh my fucking God. I don't know what to do. So her friend, like I said, he comes to me. He's like, ayo, AJ. Are you good? I'm like, yeah. No, I'm good. I'm so good. I'm better than good. He's like, I don't know, because you look you're so concentrated on being concentrated right now that you're kind of freaking us all out. And I was like, holy shit. I just realized, like, it had hit me that I was focusing on trying to stay present so much that I must have looked maybe fucking constipated or something. I was so lost in thought. By the time I really registered that people were talking to me, we were already outside, like where I used, like my old place. And mind you, that's like a 30-40 minute fucking drive. So I was like, holy shit, man. We get out and we go to my place and my mom's just waiting by the door. And I'm like, Christina, we have to be super fucking silent. Like we just have to be like I don't want to hear a pin drop. I don't want to hear fucking shit. So obviously we're loud as fuck because she's drunk and I'm ridiculously high. And we're like a laughing, babbling mess as we're sitting in the hallway and we're like, before we enter, and we're like, oh my God, like, do I look high? She's like, do I look drunk? And I'm like, no, but like, my mom doesn't care if we're drunk, but like, do I look like fucking out of it? She's like, She was like, you look like a fucking alien. Like, you look so fucking out of it. And I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, hopefully if I put my head down and I walk fast, we can make it to my room without my mom even noticing. But lo and behold, we were basically screaming in the fucking hallway, thinking that we were whispering. And by the time we actually entered like my apartment, my mom was just waiting by her door, looking at us, so fucking disappointed. It was so fucking bad. Oh my God. I love retelling like my stories from Halloween. They're always the best stories to tell. The predicaments we've got ourselves in, not just in Halloween, but in general, is really just how the fuck did we make it this far in our lives without being like kidnapped or stalked or fucking you know what I mean? Like I don't, the Lord's on our side because fuck if I know how, we survived this long. So the last thing I wanted to talk about, kind of unfortunately that Christina's not here because the story is about her. I wanted to close off today's episode with kind of talking about the scariest thing to happen. And it's not being bewitched, it's not being cursed, it's not being haunted by the spirits or, anything like that. No, nothing is scarier than accidentally sexting the wrong person, which is something Chris did to me the other week, I think it was. She was talking to this guy and accidentally sent me the text message instead. And since she's not here to exactly yell at me to stop talking about it, we're going to continue. I just want to say, as somebody who also sends, the wrong text all the time to the wrong people, if you're one of those people, do not, and I repeat, do not text more than one person at one time. If you know that you're a fucking idiot and you know what you're texting is way too fucking risky to just even chance it, just text one person. Text me after. First off, I know we talked about it, I think it was last week, that like, what do you do when like you're sexting and like you could be totally normal or whatever. But it is very uncomfortable to like talk to other people as you're sexting one person. Like I can get doing laundry, okay? Your girl is the CEO of sexting and doing laundry. Or I don't know, sexting and eating fucking Cheerios. Bitch, you name it, I've done it. But what I've never done, okay, is as I'm sexting somebody, have a completely normal conversation with somebody else because I am deathly afraid of sending like the wrong text to that person instead because like I said, I'm a known person for doing that. So just as a kind of PSA, when you're sexting, only and only talk to that one person because you don't want to chance it. Because if you have a friend like me, I will hold it over your head for the rest of your life. And if Chris thinks I'm forgetting this anytime soon, Christmas is right around the corner, baby. And you will be getting a nice thrusting vibrator with that text message exclusively printed out and framed for you for Christmas. And with that as my closing statement, thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. My handle is at Angelina_MNDZ and Christina's is C97. That's SEV97. You know the drill. Will be back at our regular time of 1 p.m. next Friday. Also, make sure you're hitting the follow button if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you're tuning in on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, make sure you're searching the 1997 as one word followed by the word podcast. I know a lot of people are having a hard time finding it. It's just because that's considered one word and then podcast is considered another. If you're having a hard time, feel free to DM either me or Christina and we will happily provide you with whatever link that you guys need. But while you're there, right, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button and turning on post notifications so you do not miss an episode. Make sure to comment down below and tell me what you're being for Halloween this year. Let's start a discussion. I love talking to you guys and I love hearing your feedback. We're the 1997. Until Friday. Peace.